tragic moment in the skies above Hawaii. Terrifying video shows a plane out of control just moments after takeoff in Honolulu. You can see the Cessna streaking across the sky before eventually slamming into a building near the airport, causing a massive fireball. There were 2 pilots on board. You can hear in the audio recording with the control tower that something was clearly wrong.
Come on, 689. We're out of control here. Okay, come on, 689. Okay, if you can land, if you can level it off, that's fine. Any runway, any place you can do.
The 2 people on board died in the crash. Officials say it was a training flight. It is still not clear what went wrong, but the NTSB is investigating.
Video showing the moment a small plane crashed during a training flight in Hawaii. 2 airline pilots were killed. The crash happened yesterday afternoon in Honolulu. The pilots were with a small airline that provides air cargo service between the Hawaiian Islands. According to flight recordings, they had difficulty just seconds into the flight, lost control, and crashed into an abandoned building near the airport. Witnesses say they barely made it off the ground. Nobody else was hurt, and the NTSB is now investigating.
Dozens of people have died after a plane crashed, a passenger plane with 67 people on board there. You can see it crashed in Kazakhstan. Now, the emergency ministry in Kazakhstan said that 25 people have survived that crash. It caught fire as it went down near the city of Aktau. However, the cause of the crash isn't known. So
Люди упали. Самолет разбился.
And 13 News at 5 with breaking news. 5 people shot inside a home on Indy's northeast side. 1 person died. Our Rich Nye just talked to police. He's here now with what we've learned. Rich.
Christmas Day, families get together to celebrate, exchange gifts, and make memories. But today in Indianapolis, we saw family gatherings that will never be forgotten because they turned tragic with gunfire. Police were called to a home on Meadowlark Drive about 12:30 this afternoon on a report of 5 people shot inside the house. That's near 42nd Street and Arlington Avenue. Police were met outside the house by a woman who had been shot. Inside the house, they found 4 children who were not harmed physically. They also found a man and a woman shot inside the house. They were transported to a hospital. That woman died at the hospital.
Down to Milwaukee, where police say 2 teens were shot and killed this Christmas morning. It happened on the city's south side near 37th and Scott. Our Durante Matthews is in the newsroom with what neighbors and loved ones are saying.
Yeah, Maria, police say a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old were both killed this morning. Tonight, a mother to one of the victims tells me she wants her son's killer found, while neighbors say they're still shaken up. A chaotic scene on Christmas morning.
It's terrifying. I mean, it's not something you see every day.
Police say just before 11:30, someone fired shots into a car with teenagers inside. It happened near 37th and Scott.
You heard like 15 gunshots and then a crash.
Neighbors say that car then crashed into another car before ending up on someone's porch. They say they came outside and found something much worse.
There was a 15-year-old male laying on the sidewalk.
She says there was also an 18-year-old woman shot in the back seat. Police say the 18-year-old died at the hospital and the 15-year-old died on scene.
It was sad.
That we're following now. A man has been arrested after police say he stabbed 2 of his roommates at an apartment complex. Police say it happened in the middle of an argument. Against 5's Earl Stoudemire has more on how this all started.
The electricity bill. That's what police told us this morning about 3 roommates who were arguing just minutes before the start of Christmas. Police say the argument escalated to where the oldest roommate pulled out a knife, stabbing his other roommates. Police got the call near midnight for a stabbing at the University Cove Apartments off of I-10 West on the northwest side. When officers showed up, they learned the 3 men were roommates in the middle of an argument. In the argument, police say the oldest roommate pulled out a knife and stabbed his other roommates. One room.
As many as 50,000 SoCal Edison customers were left without power after a transformer failed, and now crews are hard at work. Let's go live now to KTLA's Rachel Minitoff, who's in Downey with more. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Omar. Good evening. Certainly an inconvenient and disappointing experience for people who might have been cooking a holiday meal or hosting people at their house. Some people had to alter their plans or cancel them entirely. Now, this massive power outage is also impacting traffic. As you can imagine, all of the lights are out and many of the stores closed early today. A lot of people in this Downey neighborhood, though, say they are making the best of this situation and their holiday celebrations will go on.
My dear Christian friends, as you gather with your family and friends this Christmas, I wish the Christian community in Israel and around the world blessings for a Merry Christmas from the Holy Land. At a time when Israel is fighting on 7 fronts, we deeply appreciate the steadfast support of our Christian friends around the world. You've stood by our side. You've stood by our side resiliently, consistently, forcefully, as Israel defends our civilization against barbarism. The people of Israel are united in defending our nation against those bent on our destruction. We seek peace with all those who wish peace with us.
We have technology that we can see exactly who's in these locations and buildings. So they're targeting and bombing homes, knowing who and how many children were actually inside. My name is Josephine Gilbo. I'm a 17-year Army veteran. I recently got out of the military last year. Having that background as an intelligence officer and understanding what defense actually is, I can see clearly that this is not self-defense. The civilian casualties is catastrophic. They're targeting homes filled with children. The elite that sit in Capitol Hill sit there and lie over and over and over. I just want to highlight.
I'm being arrested.
Early Monday morning, Courtney Mallory was taken into custody. Farming while black in America. The rancher's story, one that's taken over social media.
We don't want to become a hashtag.
Nicole, a Marine, and her husband bought Freedom Acres Ranch in 2020. The couple claiming they face repeated acts of domestic terrorism by white residents on their own property. They say their dogs have been poisoned. Numerous farm animals have been slaughtered and gutted. Residents have been trespassing on their land, running over fence posts, burning their Black Lives Matter flags, spray painting racial slurs on their land, even waving guns at them. Photos show unknown vehicles blocking the couple's property and parking on their land. Even social media posts inquiring about pitchforks and fire sticks.
Lynching us, bringing a lynching mob, having a public hanging, fire. They wanted to lock us in and set us ablaze.
Mallory said they've called the sheriff's office countless times over the last 2 years, but have gotten no action or thorough investigations.
It is in fact El Paso County Sheriff's Office that is the main reason that we do not feel safe on our property.
The sheriff's
And the last factor I want to mention is resilience, the capability to bounce back, because there will be certainly what we call the black swans, the unpleasant surprises which will come in our way.
We have some huge breaking news right now. We now have confirmation that the Trump administration will restart the controversial family separation policy that led to mass outrage during the first Trump administration. According to Tom Homan, who is Donald Trump's incoming border chief, the Trump administration will look to deport families together, even if 2 undocumented parents have minor children. In that case, the parents, according to Homan, will have to decide whether or not to leave their children and separate them in the United States while the parents are deported. Because you can't deport American citizens, obviously, but we know that Trump was going to want to do away with birthright citizenship. Not only will the Trump administration separate families, but they will look to build family structures to house these families in advance of deportation. According to Homan, they will be housed in soft-sided tents, essentially. When this policy was first implemented, it led to the separation of minors from their parents en masse, and it's about to happen again, so this is a warning for you.
When you look into a little girl's eyes, 9 years old, who had adults take everything innocent and pure from her, you look in those eyes have no life in them. Her life will never be the same. That's what pisses me off, because President Trump had us locked down. He had us locked down. And this administration came in and unlocked it. People die on the border every day. Women are sex
I've never been married. I've never had children. I have 3 cats in my house. Only 2 of them are mine. But it's another Christmas that is about to come and go where my relationship status is the same. And it's crazy because if you had asked me 10 years ago if I would be single at 38, I would have been like, absolutely not. And if I am, then just me now, you know?
I went to a Christmas party and there was a bunch of Latinas and there was a little handful of black women. There was this Latina girl dating a black man and she was serving him a plate. Like typical most Latinas do. That's why many men love Latinas. I wonder why, right? And this Latina woman was serving her black man a plate. And all of the black women were like, let him serve his own plate. Why are you serving him his plate? Why you serve him? He got 2 legs. Like, I don't get why black women don't want to serve their man. If they care about him, if they do, maybe they don't. Why they don't like catering to their man, these black women, these black queens, I don't get it. And all of those black queens that were talking shit, they're all single. They were all single ladies.
To my brothers out there, man, there's something real special about the black woman. Something special. It wasn't no man that came back to get us, motherfuckers. It was the woman that did it, motherfucker. It was the woman that came back to get us. The woman had more heart than our men. Yo, shout out to the black woman today. I love y'all.
Mama, I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, Mama, I think